Ready? Aloha, and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on Kauai Island in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8, and it's recorded on our website, kauaidharma.org. The process of using the Tibetan Buddhist practices for mind training, besides loving kindness and compassion being the basis of all Buddhism, including Tibetan Buddhism, the practice of mind training includes the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, and the most important of those, of course, is the use of meditation and yoga practices for training the mind, and then resting in the natural state of the mind, which is sometimes called the ordinary mind. I prefer to call it the natural mind. When we do these practices, the basis of the practice is the actual nature of the mind, which also is included in these methods that we introduce. For instance, when we do Sutra and Tantra practice, we create the deity with the mantra, visualization of the mandala, seed syllable, and so forth. All of that creation stage is to train the mind to allow it to not be thinking. Using the practices as a substitute, yes, you are thinking, but you are using your ability to focus in the present moment and train not to be emotionally involved with the thought process or whatever you're doing. So the deity yoga practices kind of introduce you to a new way of being in what we call the relative state. Could I have a towel? In the absolute state of the mind, I'm going to read from the vivid awareness, which is we call the accomplishment stage of sutra or tantric practice. And in that state, the state of accomplishment, we're working with the foot of meditation, which is called voidness. Voidness being the foot. Devotion is the head of meditation, and the actual practices are the heart of meditation. So now I'm going to read from this book called Vivid Awareness, presented to you by Lama Trangu Rinpoche in Vancouver, Canada. He was one of my teachers. It says, the ability to rest in the body and the mind simultaneously is the purpose of the introduction of the practice for both the Sutra and Tantra tradition. This resting is sometimes related to as the relative or introductory state of practice where one is able to be present and relax without doing anything. And how you refer to that is, in this book it says, when resting, don't pursue the past and don't invite the future. Simply rest naturally in the naked, ordinary mind. Now the word ordinary is what I usually call natural mind. The ordinary mind is a state of the immediate presence, and in this situation, one just relaxes without trying to correct or replace anything. Then he says, don't pursue the past. Train your mind not to remember things that happened in the past or think about them during resting meditation. He says, also, don't invite the future. Often we think to ourselves, next year I ought to do this, next week, and so forth. Abandon these thoughts of the future. If we put both the past and the future aside, then the present arises in its own natural state. When we say ordinary mind, that means resting in the immediate present without trying to alter the mind in any way. Ordinary mind is not something that we need to make into something good, nor is it something that is already not empty or that we need to make empty. The mind is that way just as it is. We do not need to take something that is not clear and make it clear. The mind is already clear. We should not try to change anything in any way or alter it. In the ordinary state, you just accept it just as it is, not letting your thoughts take your way or being emotionally involved with the practice and allowing judgmental qualities to arise. The way it is now, in this present moment, is the way ordinary mind always is. There are two different ways in which we can understand this term, ordinary mind. One is to not take control over anything or end up following the afflictive emotional energy that arises with the thoughts. That takes practice. The second way means don't worry about losing control of ourselves through our negative emotional qualities. It means you do not need to do anything at all to the essence of the mind itself. And the essence of the mind itself is when we use the term Mahamudra, the great view or the great seal of practice. If you can rest like this, your mind essence will become clear and expansive, and the vivid nakedness of the mind without any concerns about thoughts or recollecting joy or pain will arise as what is called Rigpa. Rigpa is the Tibetan word for awareness. Yes, you need to practice this, and we incorporated it in the deity yogas with the Mahamudra end of the practice when we do the accomplishment phase. Anyway, this pointing out instruction is this whole book. I'm only reading a few excerpts to prepare for our class tonight. Tonight's class is based on the elemental nature of the universe and our situation of being in the human body. When we relate to this, we talk about the five elements. The five elements are what makes the universe, what's incorporated into your body. And these five elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, completely support your life force and the quality of your being in a human body in this life. So that's why we do the 3 lights meditation practice and the 5 elements practice. But tonight we're going to stress more of the element of fire using the Tara practice with the red Tara as representing the higher awareness factor of that elemental energy. Before we do all that, we're going to take refuge. When we take refuge, we connect to the altruistic motivation of Tibetan Buddhism that everything we do is for the benefit of everybody else and, of course, our environment. I read this in English, this altruistic motivation. In order to attain enlightenment, for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now altogether take refuge and offer prostrations. We go for refuge to all the glorious holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the yidams, who are the deities gathered in our yoga and mandala practice. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. We go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these 6 refuges possess the eye of transcending awareness. Then we say the Bodhicitta prayer, the Bodhisattva prayer of the 6 practices of the Bodhisattva discipline, called Bodhicitta. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing these 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Then we chant this in Sanskrit to communicate this Dharma to every culture on the planet, and specifically to the spirit world, which we connect to for support, and is the cause of most of our Dharma practice. First, I'll chant the altruistic motivation in Tibetan. Sanskrit. Dag dang jowa nam ke da dang yampe sem chem tam she du di ne jung te ji si jang chu neng po la chi ki bardu. And the refuge called in Lama Dampa Nam La Chapsu Chiyo Yedam Chokorgi Lacho Nam La Chapsu Chiyo Sanjay Chom Dende Nam La Chapsu Chiyo Dampe Chur Nam La Chapsu Chiyo Kabe Gendu Nam La Chapsu Chiyo Pao Kandro Chokyum Sume Sho Yesheki Chendong Dempa Nam La Chapsu Chiyo. In the Bodhisattva prayer, Sanjay Chodam Choki Choknam La Jai Shu Pardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jinso Jipe Sonam Ki Jola Penjur Sanjay Juparsho. The altruistic motivation sums up the totality of all Tibetan Buddhist practice. The 6-line refuge prayer is, these are the 6 refuges that we, of our own inner nature, produce as the Buddha Dharma Sangha, which is called the wish-fulfilling jewel, or the 3 jewels, and the 3 roots of Tantra practice, which are the symbols of the deities, the peaceful deities, and the Daka, we call Dakas or protectors, and Dakinis, female protectors. These are what we call our support. Then the actual practice of the Bodhisattva is with the 6 basic disciplines, which are incorporated into all of the practice that we do. The first of these is disciplines. Excuse me. The first discipline is generosity. The second is morality with ethics and good manners. The third is patience. The fourth, yoga and meditative concentration with the application of the symbols as reference while we focus. And the 6th is the direct movement of our mind into the natural state, which is what I was talking about as the accomplishment state, or the natural mind. So the mind has 2 natures. And so the relative nature, we have practices to deal with that in meditation and yoga. Then the ultimate nature is the resting in a state of what we call increased awareness. So all of us have awareness about the natural world and our bodies, and all of that relative awareness is called the drama mind. Relative mind is the drama mind. And it basically has 8 references of this drama: praise and blame, disgrace and fame, pleasure and pain, and loss and gain. Now those 6 are energy fields fully incorporated into our drama mind and enforced by outside influence. And this outside influence or distraction causes us from not recognizing and using our natural mind, which is called the ultimate nature of mind. So we have the relative nature and ultimate nature of our consciousness already in place, innate, in every sentient being, animals and humans, spirit. But only in the human condition can one connect to this. So the human condition in spiritual practice is the most valuable. When we use the relative mind, we're using it in a way that it evolves with the practice into the ultimate nature. The real word for both of these is truth. And you don't have to have faith in these truths. You will know them through the experiences that you're already incorporated in your worldly existence, and through these practices that introduce the natural mind. So the relative situation is called the relative truth. And yes, it exists, and all sentient beings are in that category. The other nature is called ultimate truth. So we have 2 ways of incorporating consciousness and awareness using these 2 truths. Relative truth, everybody has. Ultimate truth, developed through bodhisattva training and becoming fully aware in higher states of intelligence as a Buddha. When we start the practice tonight, we're going to start with the 3 lights meditation, using the breath, and then that will be the basis of the 5 elements healing practice, and we're going to stress in relation to our practices tonight the fire element, heat, or in Tibetan they use the term radiance. So sit with your back straight, mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. Eyes open, slightly open, softly gazing to the space about 2 feet in front. Head slightly tilted forward, hands comfortable either on the knees or in the lap. Bring your focus to your breath. For the inhale, imagine the air as the 5 elements that you are inhaling. This air element to be radiant white light filling your lungs, which is its ultimately true nature. Then the spontaneous activity causes the energy to be pursued through every cell in your body. This absorption breath is you visualize as red light flashing through your body. A pause at this stage of the practice is okay. So you inhale white light, fill the lungs. Visualize that. Then the red light flashing through your body, you visualize that. Then you take these two codes of the red and white light together, which causes the healing or more powerful exhale out your nose, and visualize that as blue light pervading space, going everywhere in space. This three lights meditation prana yoga practice is taught by all the lamas in Tibetan Buddhism. It is one of the most powerful breathing practices to accomplish excellence in sutra and tantric methods. Inhale white light, fill your lungs. Red light absorbed through every cell in your body. Built together out the nose is blue light available to all beings throughout space. And to start the 5 elements healing practice, bring all 3 codes of the color codes, white, red, and blue, into one particle in your heart center, and at the same time, take your focus off the breath. Holding your focus and your imagination together, allow both to relax. As this point registered in your heart center, this energy center merges with the boundless light of relative and ultimate space. As this takes place, you simply keep to the present moment without contriving or rationalizing or judging anything. Space. Give yourself space. This becomes the basis for the healing practice and its results of what we call the 5 elements prana yoga, or natural healing method. Again, focus your awareness on the particle in the center of your chest, in the central channel we call this bindu or tigli. The reference point for the practice, to start the practice. And it is also the heart chakra, the heart mind of bodhicitta. Keeping your focus on the particle, imagine it to grow into a small sphere of clear light. In this way, you move from the spatial ultimate truth into the relative situation of our three-dimensional universe. Focusing on that small sphere in your heart center, expand it until it forms a four-sided red pyramid made of light. The pyramid has a base, so it's actually five-sided. This becomes the symbol for this meditation practice, and it is labeled radiance or fire. In the relative situation, it's in relation to the warmth of our hearts and minds, and greatly affects our speech. Once you can see this four-sided red pyramid labeled fire, about the size of your thumbnail in your heart center, then visualize it to move out in front of your body and up in front of your eyes, about 2 feet in front. At this point, the relative and ultimate truths are coming together. Then expand it in size to see your relative body just as you are inside this four-sided red pyramid, like a large tent made of light. Training your focus and imagination in this way causes the psychic energy of your own mind to produce the healing effect of the elements within your body. Then we share this energy with the natural world around us by imagining this symbol to grow in size until it completely encloses a large area of where we're practicing. A city, town. Here in Hawaii, we reference the island of Kauai and surrounding ocean inside the red pyramid. Sharing the healing effect with all the sentient beings in that area, in that place. Then we expanded in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. Keeping focus and visualization together, we imagine it to grow in size to completely enclose the solar system with all the planets and sun inside. Then we apply it to the aspect of our galaxy, our spiral dish-shaped galaxy. Enclosed with this sphere, we're incorporating an area of, we are told, 100,000 light years in diameter. Then again move to the dimension of space by disappearing the symbol into the infinite light of boundless space. In this way, you're accessing the natural state of all energy, which is everything, including your own thoughts. Simply be present in resting meditation. Actually, there's nothing to meditate on, so you can simply contemplate the totality of space. In this way, you slowly acclimate yourself to not creating or changing anything. This is one of the great forms of liberation. Then return with the focus and imagination working together by, again, seeing the red pyramid enclosing the galaxy. In this universal symbol of fire, imagine it to shrink in size to just enclose the solar system. Smaller and smaller just to enclose Mother Earth. Shrink it to just enclosing your city, town, island, or a large area of where you're doing the practice. Then concentrate all of that healing energy. Imagine just your body inside the red pyramid. The full healing energy of the universe concentrated into your physical form. Then with this support, end the practice by returning the pyramid to its original small size in front of your eyes. Bring it to chest level and into your heart chakra. Reduce it in stages or all at once into a small particle in your heart center, and allow this to blend with the infinite light of boundless faith. Rest and be present. Contemplate faith. To end your session, bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of practice. Dedicate the merit of the practice, which is the virtue generated by this method, to the benefit of all sentient beings. These 5 elements, incorporated as we're doing this with the fire symbol, can't be separate. But in incorporating for healing person, there's 2 ways to create healing. One is to treat symptomatically the outer effects. And that works up to a point for most modalities of healing. But the real way to treat disease or imbalance in the body and the mind is to allow the energy code of these elements, earth, water, fire, air, space, to do what they're already doing, connecting you by these codes to inner healing. And when we talk about inner healing, we're talking about how the functions of the body mentally creates imbalances or healing in the body. And by approaching this insight, we're dealing directly with the emotional program. Because liking or disliking something, or having the concept that something is supernatural or higher, or less than, or lower, or being ignorant, not understanding how everything really is all the emotional program. So we're training the body, speech, and mind to generate these healing physically, which is most important as long as you're in a body, mentally, emotionally. And the effect is in a spiritual movement of awareness from the growing and developing stage into what we call the evolutionary stage of awareness, which is simply higher and higher states of intelligence or maturity in the human condition. And this doesn't have a ceiling. Growing, developing only takes you so far. But developing emotional maturity is actually causing you to become in full harmony with the world around you and the beings in that situation. In the three categories of animals, humans, and spirits. And these are all interconnected because all the animals and all the spirits were once human. And eventually, all the animals and all the spirits will be humans again. And you've been doing that for a long time. We have been doing that for a long time. So to deal with these, what we call emotional or judgmental influences, in Tibetan Buddhism, we relate them to the 5 elements in 5 categories of awareness. The first category of awareness is how to overcome aversion, which escalates into anger and so forth. The second one is to overcome jealousy, which causes insecurity and emotional dysfunction. The third category is overcoming ignorance by using intelligence in higher and higher categories of awareness and gaining knowledge on how to use that. The fourth category is the antidote to arrogance, pride, which escalates into a state of what's called aggrandizement. It's a great word. It just means the need to be adored. That's arrogant. And the fifth category is applied to desire, lust, attachment. Through discerning awareness of how those can be, the energies of these 5 categories can be used for healing, can be used for growth into higher and higher evolutionary states of intelligence or awareness. And they're called Buddha fields or Buddha energy fields. And they say these practices purify that. Well, that simply means you're learning more and more how more appropriate these higher states of awareness are and how they apply to your existence and relationships to others while you're in the human condition. That said, we'll start the practice of Tumo, the fire mother, or we say the Dakini of discerning awareness. She has many names, Palden Lamo, Pema Chondro, and so forth, but they all relate to the function of the mother principle of the healing energy of the elements. Space being the mother principle of the other 4, earth, water, fire, and air. In Tibetan Buddhism, they use the term Ram, Yam, Kam. These are the most subtle of these 3 energies. And Ram, Yam, and Kam, fire, space, and awareness are incorporated into the sutra, all the sutra and tantric awareness. Ram is the fire energy. Yam is the air energy, the breath through speech. And Kam is the space. And when you think of all the deities, those are the primary three healing aspects of deity yoga and greatly affect your mental attitude, your awareness. So we start first of all with connecting to the Lama as the deity and as the source of all the information on how to be the deity, use the mantra, and the creation sound of the mandala for physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual healing, but not only for yourself, but all sentient beings, which we know to be interconnected. Everything is interconnected. There's no such thing as separation. And that idea, that truth, that relative truth, is the basis for the antidote to anger or hatred. That all sentient beings are part of your support system and to be treated with great loving kindness and also interest in their well-being, called compassion. That is the basis of the peaceful deities of Tibetan Buddhism, to develop this type of insight. So we're going to start with the Tara practice. And the reference of the Tara is to incorporate the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the 5 wisdoms, Ram, Yam, Kam, Lam, and Vam, those into a mandala which is visualized in the heart center. And that mandala is actually the method of using your body, speech, and mind to proceed gently, developing these inner states of awareness for physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual healing. So we're going to use the seed syllable Tom, which looks like a letter 5 with a dot over it, green in color, and it's given thickness, not two-dimensional like shown here. It's three-dimensional, like this. And that is an incorporation of the body, speech, and mind of the Lama's transmission into you as an empowerment to accomplish the effect or result of doing this practice. So the 3 lights from the Lama's forehead, throat, and heart come into you, white, red, and blue light. Then the Om Ah Hum appears inside your 3 places with this code. Then the Lama melts into you and you become the peaceful Tara, pictured here. And we're going to use the 2-armed Tara with a greenish effect using prana energy as the basis. She sits in full lotus. This symbol of sitting on a lotus is the symbol of taking birth in the human realm to train sentient beings to become what they already are, Buddhas. She has 2 hands, right hand in the gesture of giving, resting on the right knee, left hand, thumb, and ring finger holding the stem of a lotus, symbolizing loving kindness or the ability to come into the human world to train sentient beings. And she has 3 eyes. She's young, beautiful, with a brilliant complexion of radiant light, smiling, happy, hair piled up. She has the 5-jeweled tiara in her hair. Her legs are in the Bodhisattva discipline of the right leg extended to go on to a foot resting on a lotus, symbolizing coming into the human condition as a Bodhisattva. Left leg pulled in to symbolize discipline. And her backrest is a stainless moon, symbolizing coming out of the totality of space, like our moon appearing in the sky does. And when you can visualize all of this female bodhisattva, Tara, then you use that self-visualization, three-dimensional, as a basis to build the mandala of projecting it to all mother sentient beings, starting with your own mother in front, visualized as Tara, life-size facing you. Then you project it to your father, relatives, friends, lovers, everybody you have karma with, pets, animals, even adversaries or enemies, people that hate you. Then all the 6 billion humans on the planet today become this Tara. Then all the animals in the ocean and on the land become the deity. And then you project it to the entire spirit world of the 4 kinds of spirit, categories of spirits inhabiting our universe. When you fill your mind with this mandala in infinite proportions, it creates the vibration of this as the heart mantra appearing in your heart around the seed syllable Tom, which I said before was the union of the body, speech, and mind, and actual mind of the Lama into you. So the mantra appears 10 syllables around the Tom. Om Tar Ra Tu Tar Re Tu Re So Ha. Then you sound this mantra with your speech, visualizing it moving counterclockwise around the Tom in your heart center inside a 5-color sphere of light. You see yourself as Tara, and then as you're saying the mantra, projecting that to sentient beings that you have karma with, filling space. The 3 working together, the seed syllable is to purify the mind, the mantra is to purify the speech, and you being the deity projected to all beings in space purifies the body. Sound the mantra. Om Tara Tu Tare, Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture Soha. 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 Now in doing the practice of Tumo, we start with the Tara practice as it is the basis or the groundwork created so that the energy of the protector part of the practice, the Tumo practice, has a powerful support. And that support is all the sentient beings in your mandala are the motivation and accomplishment of the practice. Also, this cuts the idea of a self separate from infinite sentient being in any way. And you applying this illusory body to your body overcomes the idea that your body is permanent, solid, fixed. It is totally illusory. The easiest way to understand that is it's completely made of atoms. So this rainbow body of the deity applied to infinite sentient beings brings you into the infinite state of awareness of the ultimate truth of your natural or ordinary mind. And in time, slowly releases you from the fixation or the idea of a self, soul, an individual existing separately from everything and everyone else. So it is recommended to do at least 21 of the peaceful deity Yidam practice in preparation for the accomplishment of the warmth of the Tumo practice, the ability to regulate that warmth in your body, and then the effect of that, of course, in this practice coming out in your speech. So now the tom is held in place and overlap with the seed syllable ram. Now the ram seed syllable is the reddish color is the highest states of awareness in the Bodhisattva. Discerning this awareness to be all the energy of the universe incorporated into one syllable, all the light, all the totality of space. We use the sound Hri, which is one of the 5 jewels of the 5 crowns that Tara wears. It's the center one. So when we center the ROM, the tom stays in place. This enters into the heart center. Then light goes out from it to all the lamas, all the lineage masters, all the way back 2,600 years to this age Buddha's Shakyamuni, who presented all these symbols, all these practices, and your root lama, the one most responsible for your progress in moving from the relative to the ultimate state of your awareness and of your own mind. Then the Ram comes back into your heart center, connecting body, speech, and mind into that symbol. You become the standing, I use the word, Pema Chondro, Tumo in Tibetan, Fire Mother, or liberating Dakini. When you use this symbol, standing means going into action. And this activity is called Buddha activity. And the red tar, you are visualizing yourself as now, you're standing on your own body for support on a lotus, sun, and moon disc. And your one leg is raised, and in your right hand you hold a skull cup drinking bliss. This symbol is that the natural state of your awareness has infinite capabilities which produce perfect health, joy, happiness, bliss, and good health. And the left hand holds the hook knife pointing down at your corpse, cutting off attachment to your physical form. With this symbol, she has a staff across her left shoulders with 3 heads and 3 spikes, and a vajra handle and tip. And this symbolizes control over all the energy and accomplishment in the 3 realms, the higher realms of the heavens, the intermediate realms of the demigods, pretas, humans, and animals, and the lower realms of demonic spirits. So when you have these 3 categories, they all become your support. Just like the 5 elements, all are your support. There's no separation. This visualization shows her on a 108 petal lotus, surrounded by a dome of fires, standing on a female form, and the Buddha Amitabha above her head, the Buddha of infinite light. So this energy of light is the energy of everything throughout the universe. Red color is the color code for the warmth. To start the practice, the Lama in front, 3 lights into you, the Om Ahum comes into the Tom and the Ram together in a 5-colored sphere in your heart. The Lama melts into you, the Lama deity inseparable, you become. To start the practice, we'll use the peaceful red Tara. Same visualization as the green Tara. And we'll say the mantra to incorporate all sentient beings into this mandala that you are practicing. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Ram Hri Soha. We'll say this mantra 21 times as the peaceful red Tara. with the Ram in the heart center. Then all beings in your mandala sing. Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Hri Soha. 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 Om Tara Tutare Ture Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Hri Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Ram Hri Soha. Then the peaceful red Tara goes into the standing position of Pema Khandro, the protector Tara of the Tumo. As visualized dancing on your physical body on a lotus sun and moon seat, in the sky of your mind projected to all mother sentient beings, your mother in front and all friends, relatives, lovers, enemies, all human beings, all animals, all the spirit world, as this incorporated into this deity. When you're the Pema Khandro standing, you don't have to project it. The peaceful deities you project, you create the mandala. With that mandala in place, the red Tara is energy automatically goes to the heavenly realms, the demigod realms, the human and animal worlds, wherever they appear on planet, the lower realms of the preta, deprived spirits, and demonic spirit. All of those receive the healing energy of the Tumo, Pema Khandro. Now we say her mantra. And when you say this mantra, then the energy radiates out from you like the sun's energy from the sun. The warmth and life support and healing energy of the sun permeating like our entire solar system. So you're like that. Om Pema Khandro Ram Hri Pe. 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 Om Pema Kandra Ram Ri Pe 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 Om Pema Kandra Ram Ri Pe. So your body, your own physical body is standing on as the deity becomes your support. The deity incorporates the energy necessary to overcome all attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, stupidity, bewilderment, greed, and so forth. In the Ram seat level, when you do this practice, you're drinking from the skull cup the wisdom energy of all of that transformed into bodhisattva or Buddha nature, and your attachment to your own physical situation easily overcome is discerning awareness that this ultimate state of truth of this practice is infinitely more appropriate than the drama mind's state of awareness. So that starts to dawn as this deity. And to accomplish the Tumo, you use the body as the support. And we'll do that with the hands. On the inhale, the fingers close around the thumbs. On the exhale, the fingers are extended. To start the practice, we'll just practice that much. And when you inhale, the energy is absorbed, all of it down into the lower abdomen, and you create what we call do pot breathing. So your abdomen is extended. So inhale, sphincter muscle, abdominal muscle fully extended. Then exhale, you contract. We'll do that 3 times in practice. Inhale, kind of press down in your abdomen. Exhale, fingers extended. Again, inhale. Extend the diaphragm. Exhale. Exhale all at once, kind of a little bit of force behind it. Inhale. Exhale. Now, I'm showing you with the hands up here. Rest the palms on your knees. Then we're going to do 3 clearing breaths, and we're going to rotate, visualizing 3 red balls within this pot, like in a bowl at the bottom of the torso. 1 for your body, 1 for your speech, and 1 for your mind. Then we're going to rotate those 3 times to the right and then 3 times to the left using the breath. This is called the purification, 3 purification practice. Inhale, hold the breath, extend the body forward, this part, then to the right, then back, left, front, right, back, left, front. Visualize the 3 balls rolling inside, made of red fire. Front, right, back, left. Exhale. And 3 times to the left. Rotate the 3 balls in the opposite direction. This is to purify your body, speech, and mind. Each ball is marked with one Om, one Ah, and one Hum. Blazing fire. Inhale. Front, left, back, right. Exhale. Now collect all the energy of those three into a tiny particle of red light located at the bottom of your Uma channel, halfway between the navel and your sex chakra, your genitals, inside the body in the middle, and it is marked with the Ram. And we're going to use that for the Tumo practice of being the red Dakini, Pema Chondro. And the Ram in that particle will extend up through the chakras, navel, heart, throat, head, and merge with a white sphere, they say the moon sphere marked with the Hum. When it merges, it causes that to break up into 5 colors of drops that come down and purify the energy in the head, throat, heart, navel, sex chakra. And it reappears there and then starts to ascend, merges with the Hum, breaks into 5 drops, which hit each energy center as it comes down, and then reforms with the Ram at the bottom. Try this one time. Inhale. You're the fire Dakini, if you can do that. Pema Chondro. Inhale. Any part of this that you can see is the practice. Each part supports all the other aspects of the mandala, purifying all the realms of emotionality in conditioned existence. Inhale, hold your breath. See the Ram at the bottom, up the central channel to the navel, heart, throat, head, merges with the Hum. The 5 colors of drops come down into the head, throat, heart, navel, and rejoin in the sex chakra. Ram. Ram. Now this part of the practice, being the red Dakini, having the red Ram in your heart, sounding the mantra, which circles the mantra with the letters facing outward, blazing the Ram and the mantra blazing energy through your, forming a fire dome around you, a protective dome which comes out of the sun under the deity that you're standing on. All of that is to produce the effect of warmth, healing energy to your whole body. Extend the fingers, visualize the red Ram at the bottom of the, you as the deity, all of that. Inhale, hold the breath. It ascends. Navel, heart, throat, head, merges with the Hum at the head. The 5 drops of wisdom awareness descend, purifying the head, throat, heart, navel, into the sex chakra. Exhale. Inhale. Extend the diaphragm, create the pot. Ascend. And do the descending and ascending as long as you can, holding the breath. Again, inhale, hold the breath, squeeze sphincter a little bit, ascend up, and then back down the central channel 3 times while holding the breath. Exhale. Again, inhale, make the pot. Ascend up the central channel to the head and back down while holding the breath. Point your tongue, tip of your tongue to the top of your palate, towards the back of your throat. Now this time, do the 3 fingers around the thumbs, the wrong ascending up through the chakras and back down as many times as you can, whatever speed you want to do it. Directly up and directly down is okay. Tongue touching the palate, sphincter a little tighten.
What about sipping?
And you can sip breath through the nose 3 times in the process, which will pack more air into the abdominal area. Sipping goes like this. I'll show you once. Now I'm holding the breath. Now I'm sipping the air through my nose. And when you can't hold your breath anymore, release, and wherever the dot is, bring it back to the sex chakra area. To start again. So the sipping allows you to greatly extend the length of time of holding the breath, getting more energy coursing through your whole body. Inhale. Then exhale forcefully. Then again, inhale. ascend and descend. Ascending, you create a body of light. Descending, you create a body of voidness, spatial. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, create the pot, tongue back, sphincter tight, ascend. Sit. 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 Exhale. If you get too agitated from any part of this practice, stop. And simply breathe normal and be normal breath and be present. You can revert to being green Tara, which is also a remedy. This Tumo practice works for controlling the energy of the warmth of the body to overcome, in some cases, extreme cold and in some cases, extreme hot. So the ideal is what they call radiant warmth. Now we'll do the practice 3 times being the deity, with the seat syllable Ram at the base. And hold your breath as long as you can while doing the ascending and descending visualization. Up to the chakras, to the blazing white moon, then the 5 drops purify each chakra centered on the descent. Inhale. Having accomplished 1 breath, we'll try 2 more. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Relax. All the beings of the six realms, your children, blend into you, all liberated. You as a deity disappear into the Ram, which is now replaced in the heart center. Surrounded by a five-colored sphere of light that expands into totality of space. Relax in non-judgmental mind, the bliss of the present moment. Then from this accumulation stage of the practice, return as your yidam. Tonight we'll use, we call the 9 yantra healing to settle whatever energy effects arose from the Tumo practice other than the warmth, any disturbing effect. So we're going to do the 9 yantra breathing technique, which is simply raising the right hand on the inhale and bringing it down on the exhale. 3 times on each side. That's 6 times. Then 3 times leaning forward like this and back up. So I make 9. Hands on the knees, palms down. Inhale, right hand, close the right nostril. Women, left hand, left nostril. Exhale. Opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. When you inhale, visualize the body filled with light from the bottom of the torso to the neck. Inhale. When you exhale, all the light goes out downward and your body becomes empty. Exhale. Opposite side. Inhale, fill with light. Exhale, light escapes downward, empty body. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. Now the final 3 breaths, you inhale, fill with light, and lean forward. Exhale, light leaves downward. Inhale, fill with light coming up. Exhale, empty body, downward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, fill with light, relax. Yantra breathing is designed to harmonize the body with the elemental energy of your situation, how it is where you are doing this practice. So it's called the 9 yantra breathing technique. Inhale, exhale. 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 finish tonight's class, it's appropriate to do the Bodhisattva training method of Tonglen, taking and sending with the breath. No visualization is required in this practice other than the removal of the negative energy of whatever situation or individual you're taking as black light inhaled into the heart chakra, not the lung, this energy center. It disappears, and from that point, that place, and your white light comes out your nose to the individual or group or situation that you are clearing with this practice, and everything is physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in harmony, healed. No distortion, no distraction. This practice can be applied individual to a friend or relative or even an enemy, or any group of humans or groups of animals or spirits. Collectively or individually, the visualization is the same. Inhale the negative, unhealthy energy, black light, into your lung, into your heart center. Disappear it, gone. Then create the white light, exhale out your nose to that individual, group, or situation. Totally purified, healed. Start with an individual you know is having serious physical, mental, emotional problems, or one or all of the above. Inhale black light, disappear it. White light back to that individual, totally healthy. You could do it for animals individually, like your pets, or you could do it for groups of animals under extreme environmental stressful conditions or being harmed, however you want to apply it. Inhale. Exhale. And to sentient beings that you have karma with that have passed on, died, in whatever situation they're in that's not appropriate or you think might be inappropriate, clear it with an inhale black light. Exhale white light back to that individual. Healed. Liberated. Happy. You can use this practice for humans, animals, spirits. Take in all the distortion, all the negative energy into your heart chakra. in its infinite capacity, give white light back its healing energy, the antidote to those beings or that situation. Apply it to individuals or sentient beings that you have intense karma with. It needs to be forgiven or purified. Inhale, disappear, gone. Exhale, healed. Collectively, you could use it for today's situation in the world of the viruses decimating humans all over the planet. Individually or collectively, according to where they live or who they are or your relationship with them, you choose. Inhale, disappear. Black light into your heart center. All viruses. Exhale, healing energy is white light to all beings who have the karma of these, negative karma of these disease. Healed. No problem. You can do it by country. You can do it by individual, karmic connection, your choice. The ultimate application of taking and sending is to apply it to the extreme categories that are in place on the planet today socially. War, social disruptions. Inhale, all white light back, all peaceful. The second category is famine and drought. Inhale, disappear. Replace with healthy, plenty of water, plenty of food. Extreme poverty. Inhale. Exhale, riches. Wealth. environmental destruction and the spread of toxins, global warming. Inhale, disappear. Exhale, healthy environment. Healthy human activity. Then the final healing practice for the night is the Buddha of boundless light, Amitabha. The nature of all the energy, the ultimate nature of your consciousness and the world around you, in harmony, as clear light energy filling space, no distortion. Visualize the Buddha Amitabha above your head, red in color, hands in the meditation posture, right on left, thumbs touching in the lap, holding a bowl. In front of you, the blue Dakini, Buddha Dakini. On the right, Ratna Dakini, yellow. Behind you, Kama Dakini, red. On the left, Karma Dakini, green. These represent the four elemental natures and the four states of awareness in harmony. Then as you say the mantra, Om Amitabha Deva Hri, from the bowl it goes into the vases the Dakinis are holding, and those overflow into the top of your head and fill your body with healing light. Visualize like that as you say the mantra of Amitabha Buddha. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. Deva is Diva. Om Amitabha Deva is Buddha. Hri, infinite light, vibration, clear light, no distortion. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all healed, appropriate. Om Amitabha Deva Hri. 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 And Amitabha dissolves into you, into your heart center, disappears into the Hri in Amitabha's heart center, into space. It's a tiny particle of clear light to space. And we dedicate the virtue of these practices tonight to the benefit of all sentient beings, our children. May the Buddhas, Lords of Dharma, who possess the three kayas and the 10 wisdoms, and all the Lama Gurus, all the idams, dakinis, Dharma protectors, and others, all witness with kindness this dedication of merit. In this and other lives, by all my meritorious deeds of body, speech, and mind, may all of these be for the sake of benefiting all living beings. May the emotional defilements become transformed into states and occasions for spiritual progress. May all the appearances arising before my mind come under my control. For my own sake, may I attain the Dharmakaya. For as long as samsara is not emptied, may I achieve a great wave of good deeds for the sake of others. May I achieve this by means of the practice of the two form kayas of the deities and the Lama, with vast enlightened activities for all sentient beings, having trained each and every one according to his or her own needs. May all these beings who are to be trained live in appropriate times and arrive at states of introspection and meditation. May I be respected by all. May I fulfill all hopes and wishes of others. And as long as I have not manifested enlightenment, may all harm from disease, evil spirits, harmful forces, humans, wild animals, demons, and the four elements become completely pacified. May my lifespan and merit increase, and may glory and wealth become vast, and my renown as a Lama equal the sky. May all the activities of body, speech, and mind become beneficial for sentient beings, and may this ocean of samsaric suffering become empty. May I right now in this place attain perfect enlightenment and awareness. Kewa di nurdu da, chagya chempo drupir ne, jowa ching ting malu ba, dei sala go parsho, sanje kusum nempai jamla dam, shoni megar dempai jamla dam, gandu miche dumpai jamla ki, chitar gum long long chu parsho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly establish all beings without a single exception in that state. By the blessing of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha, that's us, being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. May all their wishes be fulfilled.